What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another full self-driving beta video. My name is Chris, and we are on the latest version, 10.11.1. And okay, starting with snow-covered streets. Did not really expect that. Hey, so our left turn there on all the old drives, that's always been terrible, and the car did it perfectly that time with no slowing down. If you don't remember, in older drives on that exact left turn, the car would begin to do the left turn really nicely, and then just kind of stop or slow down right in the middle of it. So that was really good. It handled that perfectly. So it's just a point update. The release notes are no different than before, but we can bring them up anyway. Just check in. So there's no cars to our left there. Now, the main things I was noticing with 10.11, a lot of people were complaining about that release. And to be honest, like, it was kind of, another beta release for me. So we're approaching our destination here. I'll have to put in the next one. Hopefully I don't forget to do notes like last time. So I took over there. Let me put in destination number 3 here. And then once the directions are in, I will turn this back on. And my main thing I was noticing is my car seemed to have a pretty, in the little bit of driving I did, a pretty blatant disregard for cross traffic, believe it or not, which I thought was insane. I don't know. And maybe that wasn't exactly true, but okay, so we make a full stop here and then we do the turn. Wow, that's weird. You're kind of like going into the other lane. Okay, that was a weird, I don't remember it doing that, like kind of cutting into the other lane, but there's no car there, so it doesn't really matter. So here's the release notes. I'll just kind of scroll if you want to pause on those, and you can read those to see, but there's nothing new in this one from last time. So those are the release notes. But yeah, my car would go to make, an unprotected left or something, and it would show cross traffic coming. It would show the cars, but then it seemed like it was going to try to go anyway. So I was hitting the brake a few times for that. But we're in downtown Fenton, Michigan, and we're going to test it out here. There should be a tiny, at least some traffic. If you want to see some more traffic, more intense kind of downtown scenario, make sure you hit like and get subscribed. And we'll be going to a busier downtown area in the next drive. But I wanted to get this one out because this update just came out in the middle of the night while I was sleeping. And of course, Michigan can't let us have a nice March. It's 20 degrees and it just snowed. So you might hear a little rattling in the back. I have my, I just switched my tires. I took my snow tires off and they're in the back. So you might hear a little bit of that. All right, so we have the yellow. We can move forward, but now there's traffic coming, but that's actually fine. That was perfectly handled. I would have liked it if the car proceeded a little sooner, went through it a little faster, but the acceleration was really good. We had plenty of room to make that left turn. So that was actually really good, especially when we had blinking yellows kind of messing us up before. All right, so turning off beta again here, putting in destination number 4. Now this one usually trips the car up a little bit because I always engage it a little late. And we'll see if it can kind of do this correctly. So see, it just missed that left turn. I don't know why it always has such a problem with it. But nice correction there. It's waiting. Oh, it doesn't know. See? Okay, and then are you going to correct again? So, all right, I'm happy with what it's doing. So it's missing the turns, which obviously is no good. But it is nicely continuing to drive the car and rerouting and not kind of jerking the wheel left or right or messing us up in that way. So now the car should have plenty of time to kind of realize that this right turn's coming up. Nope, it's going to go right past it. So wow. So this is what people were saying they were seeing with version 10.11, and I was not noticing it, that the car was just kind of, like flying past its turns and stuff. Now these are all coming up kind of quick, so maybe that's part of it. But I always, when I drive downtown here, I always do that same thing in that same spot. And the car usually misses a turn or two, but then it'll, kind of fix itself. So now it has a far distance to go to kind of correct that mistake. Let's see. Hopefully it'll get the next one. So we should be moving into this right turn lane here because this is our right turn. What are you doing? Yeah, so it's just going to make the turn from this lane, which is incorrect. Hitting the brake. I'm going to report that. Yeah, so that was very strange. It definitely got confused there. It got tripped up. It did the maneuver, but not correctly at all. And there was nobody behind us, so I just kind of let it, figure it out there. But yeah, so lots of missed turns. Let's not chalk that up yet. Like maybe that's still an issue. Like I said, I wasn't seeing that in 10.11, but multiple other people were saying that their car like had a right turn coming up in version 10.11 and then would just not turn. It would just simply, continue to drive, kind of like what we just saw there. So hopefully that's not an issue we're going to keep running into, but we'll see as we move along on the drive. So red light here, you can turn right on red. The car's creeping forward. It knows that you can do that. There's nobody to the left, so we can move through. And yeah, it creeped through a little too long, but hey, nobody's in the way. We didn't. It wasn't technically wrong. Just a little slow, which for a safe robot driving around is probably a good thing. So it seems like it's still taking forever to get down to a new speed limit, which is unfortunate to see. The car sees speed limit signs, and in my experience is very good at recognizing them and then updating this, on the max speed there. But once it updates the max speed, it seems to take a long time to slow all the way down to that new speed, which, if you're speeding, then you can get a ticket. So slowing down there for that blinking yellow, I don't know. Some people say they actually slow down for blinking yellows. I'm like, what? Nobody around here actually slows down for blinking yellows. There's a blinking yellow, nobody cares. So that's funny. So the car can slow down a bit. I guess that's fine to do that. So definitely getting a little confused here. We're in the right turn lane. Oh, okay. And the car's just going to turn right. No, what are you going to do here? Oh, see, now we're going to be in someone's way. Okay, it's green, just go. What are you doing? All right, so it's making the lane. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Make a decision here. Okay, so it did decide to go straight. That was pretty interesting with the graphic and everything, but we've noticed for a few, maybe it's all of version 10 or for a while now, the car, even if the nav says to go straight, if the car accidentally gets into the incorrect lane, like what we just saw, the right turn lane, the car will follow the rule of the lane it's in unless it can correct itself. So kind of cool there. It's weird that it got it wrong. But people were talking about how, especially in the comments, you guys were talking about how these release notes are talking about the car is trying to use a little less of the map and more of, its visual surroundings, which I don't know. I don't really understand when you have right and left turns to do. How do you use less of a map? You got to know where you're going. But I guess it's trying to, pick lanes and stuff, of course, it can do visually instead of trying to rely on a map that could be incorrect. Even on Google, you'll see sometimes it has the wrong kind of lane set up for what you're doing, and it can be confusing. And then you have to use your eyes and figure out, oh, if I got to turn right here, I got to use this lane here. So one other thing I do want to mention, coming up to this left turn, which probably be difficult because of the snow in the middle, but we'll see. Let's just see what it does. Okay, should change now. Okay, pretty good. I was thinking it was going to be late, but it's actually perfect. And then, yeah, you can do it. Just do it. Just go. You got to do it fast. Okay, awesome. Hey, that's great. That was definitely not a disregard for cross traffic. So I want to talk about chill and average and assertive modes. But let me get our next destination in here, and then we'll talk about that. So we made it to this pin, and I'm going to put in number 5 here, which should take us through our roundabout. All right, I messed up number 5. I have to fix that. So this will take us through the roundabout, and then we'll continue to go. So I just turned it on, and it's taking us now. So in the settings for autopilot, you can see I've been using the chill setting because if you haven't, a few videos ago, I tested the differences between these. And just in that test, that one test, I found chill to perform the best. And I had always used assertive, and in that one test, assertive did terribly. So I was like, you know what, I should leave it on chill for a bit. I still have it here. I still think we're doing good. But I was making some comments about how in the 10.11 update, my acceleration wasn't that great from green lights and stuff when it used to be really good. And some people were saying, oh, maybe it's because you're in chill. And that's definitely totally possible. But I just want to say, based off of the descriptions that Tesla has here, it really doesn't talk about acceleration. It talks more about follow distance and the way the lane change kind of behavior and how often it wants to change lanes. So I just wanted to bring this up and show you the description for chill, and then there's this description for average, and then there's the description for assertive. So it should not affect acceleration. Of course it could, but the way Tesla describes it, that's not indicated. So yeah, we'll leave it on chill and keep going. Okay, so right turn here, and there's nobody to the left, so we should be good to go. And the car nicely moves through that turn. That's awesome. Again, I always think it's a tiny bit slow, but again, it did it right, so it doesn't really matter. And I will mention, there's no roof cam because of this cold. I can't believe it's so cold. I don't like the winter. I couldn't get it to stick up there, so sorry about that. But next drive, we should definitely have a roof cam up for you. All right, coming up to this left turn, a little hot, but we're green, so we can fly through it. Yellow, I would still definitely go. And yeah, really nicely handled. Yeah, perfect. I mean, the turn was handled perfectly. The acceleration, the deceleration, everything about that was just perfect. So far, you know, I'm noticing, I kind of like, I'm not going to lie, I kind of like these lower traffic drives because it gives me more of a chance to let the car do its thing without worrying about inconveniencing other people or getting in their way or being unsafe or something. And so we can really see the car's capabilities. Now, of course, we have a red light coming up and handled perfectly. Really nice deceleration. Oh, you're gonna, no, okay, yeah. And then, hard brake at the end there, and a rollback. That's not reversing. That's just some kind of weird rollback. I'm not convinced that's reversing at all. But the car needs to be able to interact with other drivers, of course, and it is fun to see those things, but it's nice to kind of just see the car's raw capabilities on the road, which are getting really, really good. So see right now, acceleration for that green light, perfect. We're in chill mode, and it was perfectly done. So like this slowing down for this blinking yellow, no, come on, like it's stopping. So that's, you know, that's wrong. You're not supposed to like stop at the intersection. Yeah, definitely not the right move. We got a little piece of cardboard in the road. We did not touch it. Didn't seem like the car cared about it though. Something it needs to be able to handle for sure. So we're coming up to the roundabout. I guess that stop was okay because, you know, that person could have gone around. Wow, that was really good actually. But I think it was going to stop at the yield anyway. So I want to take over here really quick. See, that acceleration is beautiful. I'm going to take over here really quick and I'm going to do a U-turn because I want to go all the way through the roundabout and I want to see it go all the way through. So we'll leave the same destination. See, the yoke is fine for turning, guys. Come on, give me a break here. Okay, so let's let it reroute. There we go. So now we'll do a full circle around this roundabout, and let's see how it handles it. So, see, now I kind of want nobody, because I want to see if it'll move through the yield or not, but pretty sure we're still going to be stopping at yields. Yeah, see, it's like 2 miles. Okay, so we didn't stop. That'd be like a rolling stop, but still, like that's too slow. There's nobody here. So, okay, going all the way around. A little bit of weird turn signals, but they're calmed down, I'm noticing, from before, and beautiful. Wow. Okay, no, good. Wow. Okay, awesome. I thought we got a little close to that curb, but then the car, no, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. That was awesome. I love when it can do, you know, full circles around the roundabout like that so nicely. Way too close to the edge there. Snow might be confusing it. Hey, I think we're still at 0 disengagements and 0 interventions, so that's sweet. I love that. All right, let's let it get into this little area. I don't know what this is. And then we'll go back into downtown and we'll wrap it up. But I don't know, so far this is great. Or not. That was terrible. Okay, that, you know, I praise you, Beta, and then you're like, nope, you can't trust me. You should never trust me. So that's a pretty big disengagement. I don't know what it was thinking or what it was doing. And it wasn't accelerating towards that person. So I think, not that I would leave it, you know, it's just kind of rude to do that. So not that I would leave it, but the main reason I disengaged is because, you know, that person's obviously looking at us, wondering what we're going to do. And then when they see my car go from this to this towards them, you know, that's going to freak them out. I don't want to, you know, affect their driving behavior. So I just immediately take over in that case. So obviously it was really bad and I needed to take over. But I do want to mention that it wasn't accelerating towards them. Whereas in my 10.11 video where I was taking over for those, I said it was disregarding cross traffic. It was accelerating towards the cross traffic. That, like, for sure. I mean, you can even see it in the, there we go, good job. You can even see it on the speedometer on the video when you look, that it was accelerating when there were clearly cars that were going to be in our path. So that's why I was taking over there. Nice job moving around that person here. These kind of roads are always hit or miss because who knows, like, if the car's, you know, maps it at all, if that matters. There's no lane lines or anything, but it's handling them really well, even snow all over the place. So yeah, look at that. Sweet, sweet. All right, let's go back into downtown and then wrap it up. All right, I pretty much just left it in the same spot. I was going to move a little bit, but then I was like, no, I should just stay here and let the car try to get out of here. So, a little close to those parked cars for my comfort. But it did handle it. I'm going to turn down to 20 because, oh, no, too close to that orange thing. Because we're in a parking lot and 25 is too fast. I don't know why somebody's calling me, but I don't care about you. Actually, was there a speed limit sign? It might even be 15 here, and I just didn't notice it. So we have like the turn signal on and everything, so I like that. It makes me think the car does know what it's doing back here, even though it just screwed that other part up, and we might have had one tire on the grass by that orange thing. But honestly, it's hard for me to tell with the snow. I'm sure in the video it's obvious, and everyone's like, oh my God, but you know, keep in mind, I can't go back and look again. All right, big unprotected left here, cross traffic going 45, 50, maybe even more miles per hour. So we stop at the stop sign, we're creeping out, and luckily I don't see anybody, although I kind of wish there was somebody here. But hey, for what we got, it handled it perfectly. Very nicely done. So back through this roundabout, now we're gonna take the third exit, which is sweet. Well, I guess second exit, which is sweet. I will say for like, why you stop? Like that was such a hard stop. For the condition of the road that we have, I'm really liking the way the car's handling it, because I feel like in older versions, when you had all kind of this junk everywhere and snow, and especially the roads around here are so tore up, it would be, the car would struggle a lot more with that. So it's nice that it doesn't seem to be affecting it all that much. So really handled that roundabout well, which is great. We had a little regression, so roundabouts were like perfect in my opinion for a while there, and then I can't remember the version numbers, but somewhere in there roundabouts like got kind of crap. Like the car could do them still, but the turn signals were going nuts, and it was too slow and a little jerky through them. Like that was pretty smooth, except right at the end the steering wheel did a little thing, which may be hard to come across on camera, but you could just kind of feel it sitting here. But yeah, so it's nice to see that they hopefully are getting better again. You know, I'm noticing these guys doing this coding and stuff, which I don't know. Oh, we slipped a little bit there. I don't know anything about coding. It seems like their techniques for the way the car does things keep changing. And so I would expect regressions when you know, kind of make a big change like that. And then hopefully it ends up being better after a few updates. All right, so we finally got the green, and which means we have right away, so we should just move right through, and we do very nicely. Okay, a little janky, but we did it. We did it. Whoa there, what you doing? Don't make me take over. See, like that was real weird. And those are the types of things I really don't like, is when it's a really sudden move like that. The steering wheel turned like so fast, and you know, had my hands here, I definitely could have held on, but again, since I'm making a video, nobody was, you know, in front of me or over there, I just let it happen. But when it makes those big moves, that's what could really throw people off, and what you really need to look out for. That's why your hands always have to be here. As much fun as it is to kind of like chill, like I love the feeling of having my hands on my knees and letting the car kind of like do its thing. I just don't like to do that because of scenarios like that. All right, so stopping for the red, and then I don't know if this so that guy went straight, and then we should be good. He's blue on the screen. Should be good to move through. Don't have to move. You don't have to turn red on red, but you can. And hey, the car handled it. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I just feel like moving through the turns and stuff is just too slow. If nobody's there, I guess it doesn't matter. It's just, I don't know. I think it's too slow. I think we can move through that faster. It just seems like the car's trying to be careful, but at that point, it's like too long. It's like, okay, we know it's safe. Just finish what you're doing. Moving through that yellow definitely would have done the same thing, so that was good in my opinion. All right, so we need to move into this left turn lane. It's full of snow, but the car seems to handle it fine. Man, that lane change graphic, I'm telling you, that is a huge quality of life improvement. So we're clear, so we should be able to just move right through. And I love the confidence. Again, I know that there's not another vehicle there, but it's just nice, little awkward steering. I took over because we reached our route. It's nice to see that confidence when it should be there. It is just so relieving when, you know, a big problem before was always this, you know, stuff with just not going when you should. So a little bit of braking there. I think that was related to us reaching our destination, to be honest, but I didn't touch anything. So we come up to the stop sign. There's someone to the left, but it's our turn. And it seems like it tripped up the car. Yeah, it wants to move so far to the left. I don't know why it's doing that. So, alrighty, well, let's finish up through this area one more, and then we'll call it. Oh, changing lanes into the single lane that's here. Okay. All right, so are you gonna just, yes, good, okay. All right, so I'm gonna just turn off the directions and we can just see what the car does. We'll let it, you know, some people were asking, okay, don't go into an alley, what the car will do. I just don't want to go over there because I think it's a dead end. People were asking what the car will do when you don't have direction. So I'll put that in as I kind of show you the stats here of the drive. Oh, I better look at the stats here. Trips, so we're at 16 miles. That maybe I have to double check on Teslafy. That might be wrong. So if the chart shows something different, that's how you know. But so 16 miles, and I think we had the 2 disengagements. The one, it was gonna kind of moving towards the guy, and then the second one was in that apartment complex. I honestly don't know how I feel about including that one, just because it was in kind of a parking lot. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but we'll include it and you can take it out. I mean, you have the info. If you want to make your own chart, go for it. But overall, I did really like it. We still have little awkward things with the steering wheel here and there. Not too bad. Turn signals seem to be way calmed down, which is awesome. And I'm loving the confidence of turns and things. Now, make sure you know, like I said, you're subscribed because I really want that silver so you don't miss the next video. We're going to go into downtown next time that'll have way more cars. And I want to see if it has that confidence still. Why are you behind me? Why does there somebody have to be behind me? If it'll have that confidence still when it shouldn't. So why, oh, man, come on. I'm trying to talk here. This is where I really want you to do a good job. Because it should be able to do unprotected lefts and things and wait for traffic. I mean, obviously. And that was really the biggest problem. If it wasn't for that, like that 10.11 drive would have been perfect. This one was, I don't know, next to perfect. It was very good, besides like those 2 screw ups. So that's not perfect, but it was very good. Very, very good. I'm liking, okay. You know what? Every time I say you do good, you start screwing up. And like, why has someone got to be behind me now that you're doing all this goofiness? All right, I'm gonna go here. Oh, that's the school. Hold on. Oh boy. All right, I put in a destination to go home because I'm sick of this screwing around. But yeah, so overall, I don't know, it felt pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave your comments down below, and you will see me and Full Self-Driving Beta in the next video.
So Autopilot and I are...
So hey, I did the outro, but now we have cross traffic. And wow, that gap was perfect. So it waited for that car, and then there's another truck coming, but we had plenty of time. Sick. Nice job.
happily driving along.